So it's been a while, but we are back, and I am with just two people today. He had some issues, so he's not gonna be with us. So we're gonna do anime slash manga tier list. You see some manga specific anime on here or series on here. And for me personally, I am caught up on most of the series I read or I watch. So my rating will probably be a little bit different because I have a little bit more knowledge on some of these series than they do. But we're gonna go ahead and get started. We're gonna start out probably with some that only a few of us has watched because not all of us have watched
Before we
every
get
one
started,
of these. Settle down. Settle down.
make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Let us know where you would place your favorite anime in this list.
Let us know if we should upload with this rude son of a bitch anymore because let me explain the rules. Not the rules, but not all of us have watched every single one of these. So a couple of them, some of us won't speak on. And yeah, that's all I had to say before impatient McGee over here.
If I may say, let's try to keep it somewhat civil in the comments because we know
No.
not everybody's got the same opinions. Daniel, you're toxic.
No, I want to hear your guys' opinions and
Buddy,
why they're wrong.
You just told a YouTube comment section to keep it civil. But
I know
on that note, Daniel, where do you rate Another? Because me and Tito have not watched it.
Okay, in my opinion, Another is probably the best horror anime series
But
ever released.
where does it rank among the series in this?
I think it's an A.
I can't argue it. So as much as
I think it's an A.
don't know,
There's some things that would be better, but it's like a perfect suspense anime if you're into like horror stuff. So
oh,
where I
also
put it.
I'm sick, so if you hear me clear my throat and stuff, ignore that. So Tito, speak when spoken to about this one. Attack on Titan is an easy S tier. If there's an S plus, it would be up there. And we just saw it finish. That was actually our video that we had planned today. Was talking about the finale and the series as a whole. But for me, easy S tier, one of the best stories in anime. I love the ending. I don't care what these weirdos online, these basement dudes online say. It's a great series. Daniel,
Hey, we got a basement guy with us now.
I know you agree with the S.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
probably has one of the best endings to an anime. It kind of has a lot of extra things to think about thrown in there. I mean, the whole series has a lot to think about. I feel like the author did a really good job of making a complex but altogether entertaining anime. So it's definitely an S.
Tito,
Yeah.
what do you guys need your opinion? Need your opinion, but
You know what? Honestly, I basemented it. I tried watching it again. I just couldn't get into it. That's a personal thing for me.
he stopped watching on when he found the key when they got to Jaeger's basement. So that's not when they found the key, but when they got to the basement, that's why he says he basemented it. And
He's seen the
he
door,
picked
but he
up
hasn't been in.
season 4. And he said he still couldn't get interest. By the way, okay, continue. You just had to get some.
But yeah, no, I personally couldn't get into it. Not a big fan of it, but you guys do you. 2 outweighs 1, so go for it.
If even if I was the only one, it wasn't leaving us. I don't care. This series is too good to not be in us. All right, Berserk. I am reading it slowly but surely. I think I'm in the deluxe. Have what, 3 volumes in one, Daniel?
Yeah.
I'm on volume 8, so I think I have a good grasp of it. I have been spoiled. It's an older series. But I would say it's an S tier. It's gotta be one of the goats you hear about. Not just because the author's dead. You haven't experienced Berserk yet, right?
I watched a little bit of it back before
Yeah.
they remade it.
Just stop.
It wasn't good.
Oh,
It wasn't
God.
good. It was rough. It was rough. I watched a little bit of it and I just
All right,
it was
Daniel, without
So-
spoiling me, because a lot of people obviously comments might.
To
I don't
me,
really
Berserk,
care,
Berserk is probably one of the best. I know I said that about Another too, but it's probably the best, like, dark manga.
it's a seinen.
Ever.
What it's considered. I don't know how to pronounce it. SENIN is the genre. What genre Berserk is?
Whatever it is, it's like almost perfect. There's a meme about the anime. It was pretty horrible. but the story overall I think is almost perfect. I'm waiting for the next deluxe volume so I can finish Berserk, but it's one of my favorite mangas I've ever touched.
All right, T Dub. Yeah, T Dub. You watch how many episodes? Couple, or it's a movie? I don't know. I think the new one's movie.
What?
Berserk.
Uh, Berserk. It was a couple episodes of the old, the when they first started doing the animation for it. It was not not bueno. It was very
All right,
bad.
so we'll keep it in S. Black Clover. Haven't watched it. Have no
I
will to watch it. Don't want to watch it. I know these nerds about to put it way higher than it deserves. So what do you guys want to put it?
I think it is definitely an A tier. There could have been a lot of Daniel.
Continue. You're
How
good. You're
dare
good. Just continue. It's just a filler. It's a filler spot. It's like they're filler episodes.
I think no. I think it deserves an A tier. There are things that they could have done better for sure. Like, maybe tone down Ostage yelling. But other than that, it's got a great
But he wants to be the
storyline.
Wizard King. That's all I know about the series. That's literally all I
It's
know.
got a great storyline. They made a couple movies, I think, or a movie or two, I think it was. And I thought it was really good. I liked the animation. I liked the fight sequences. The story was good. I just wish they would tone down Ostage yelling.
Daniel.
My opinion, I think I love Black Clover. Right, I haven't finished the anime, but it was one of the ones that I watched when I was first getting into it. But it's a mid anime. I'll be the first to admit it. Black Clover's mid. I will I will put it in B in my opinion because I feel like it's very entertaining. Uh, but the animation is horrible in some spots, like inexcusably
Modern
bad.
day Periot.
Some of the fight
I
scenes,
think it's Periot. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
one of the fight scenes just looks like paint splotches all over the screen. Like it's just not entertaining at all.
It's just not good.
Uh,
I wouldn't know, but
but it has some good parts. It has some really good fight scenes. It has some good animation here and there. But it's not anything crazy. It's not something that you've never seen before. It's not anything out of the ordinary. So I will say it's in B for me.
all right. So I'll put it high B. Obviously, things be subject to change. If we have some of these down here that go in B, B honestly might be our lowest tier. So to be honest, I'm fine with that. Um. All right, Boruto. I did not watch that terrible anime. I read it, and it's a great manga. It's very great. Uh, the Shippuden Blue Exorcist, what they're calling it, that's been releasing. That's very good so far. It's only like 3 chapters in. But for Boruto, I would definitely put it low A. The manga, I think a lot of Naruto, my Naruto love is why I like the manga. There's not all the filler. There's not all the anime canon. Strictly just the manga, I think is really good. But depending on TW, yeah, where you want. So I'll set it in. I'll just place it there. But
So personally, I watched it.
For some reason.
Yeah, it can. I mean, I don't have the time to read everything. So. Given the fact of the filler that is in it, but it also gives you a little bit of more insight into certain characters, depending on what filler episode it is. I would personally put it. I would put it low A or high B.
Okay. I think right here is good. I think high B is good because
like minus the filler, like it's if we're strictly speaking canon, it would be high A. But if we're adding in the filler, it's a B.
So yeah, with the series we have up and coming, I just think that it doesn't.
I think
I'm not choosing this over any of them. The time skip. I think it's about to be phenomenal.
The time skip is gonna be.
Say from what I've read so far, it's good already. So, Chainsaw Man, we all have watched the first season. Daniel's read all of the first part. I'm caught up except for the last 3 chapters.
I have not read it.
It's good, but recently it's been dragging, and I'll put it A. I'm gonna put it above another. Just haven't watched it, but Daniel can be
I
decided on that one, but I would say that it's high A. It's a great series. Great. It's a great starter anime. I would say. I mean, there's not much to the story at first. It develops
I
very quickly. So
yeah,
yeah.
I definitely think it's it's an A tier, but I don't think it's a high A tier. I think it's a low A tier compared to what other animes we have on this list. Animes and mangas. It's good. It's good. Don't get me wrong. It's good. I love it. Love it to pieces. But just anime alone, because I haven't read the manga. You guys
Yeah.
have. Anime alone is low to mid A tier.
Okay,
But I think
Ben.
there are definitely more on this list that are better.
Oh yeah.
So I'll just say this: there's no way another is above Chainsaw Man.
Okay.
I feel like another is going to be at the very bottom of A. It doesn't belong in B, but just for
Mm,
entertainment factor and how into it you can get, another is definitely not going to be above a lot of stuff.
okay.
Um, for me, Chainsaw Man is definitely mid to high A. It's not S. It's not a perfect anime. But there's a lot of stuff that happens in it that it's not expected. Especially if you finish the first part. I don't know. I just feel like it's mid to high A for me. But we'll see where it lands when we get through
So
some
yeah,
other ones. So
it's definitely a good series, but I say it's definitely going to B. Dragon Ball. This is not just the original Dragon Ball. This is Dragon Ball through Super, not including GT. Um, I have not watched every episode of Dragon Ball through Dragon Ball Super, but I'm very, very familiar with the story. I've watched a lot of videos, so you take my ranking with a grain of salt if you want. Super is better than what I think people give credit for. I think it's actually
Super
pretty
is
good.
Super is really good.
People
Super is
online will
good.
disagree, but I would
That's
say I'm gonna get killed for this. It's not as
no,
good as Chainsaw Man. For me, it's not
you
as
know what?
entertaining. The story is not. There's no story. The story of Dragon Ball is let's fight and yell and get strong. If you're gonna sit there and try to type out a essay that you probably should put more time into your homework than on this YouTube comment, then that's on you. I don't care what you smack your keyboard headbutt it. There's no story for Dragon Ball. It's Goku getting strong, and that's all there is to it. And that's why for me, I need a good story, even no matter how good the fights may be. I need a good story. And the fights, like the abilities, they're varied, yes, but they're not as varied as a lot of series. So
So
it had to
I
happen.
I have to disagree with that placement for Dragon Ball. Personally,
Oh,
I
I
think
know.
it's definitely high A tier.
I'm
If
surprised you
if
didn't say
if
S tier. You
if
can say
not
S
at
tier. You don't gotta do it for
no
us. Say you can
no
say S tier.
if I say it's up there, but I don't think it's quite at S tier yet. Um, I enjoy it very much. So it's super nostalgic for me. It has that nostalgia factor, plus
It's a
the new
key
stuff coming
word.
out. And you got to think about it this way: Dragon Ball is basically the granddaddy of the big three. You know, he
let me correct you. The
he led these
old
guys.
big three.
There wasn't even like if you wanted a big three with Dragon Ball, like that, Yu Yu Hakusho and Cowboy Bebop's 24 episodes. I don't. There's not. It's old and it's not good. It's okay.
Lies,
The key
lies.
word you said was nostalgic, and that is what like
It's the
compared to
main
other
nostalgia
anime, people
factor.
want to hate on new anime, but new anime is great. I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah, I don't hate on
And honestly,
a
compared to
lot of new anime.
Naruto, it's not there. Like
Stop it.
I would
Stop
rather
it
watch
right
Hunter
now.
x Hunter,
Stop
Yu
it
Yu Hakusho,
right now.
Naruto. What other old animes we got on here? One Piece, like, and it's not. I'm fine with old animation. Like that's not an issue for me. It's just they all
Dragon
have a
Ball
better story.
Dragon Ball fought so everybody else was able to walk safely.
Bro,
Let's just
we
put that.
would be where we were even a Dragon Ball flop. I hate to say it.
No,
A
no, we
different
would
anime
not.
would have came to
Every
America. Bro,
every anime,
you say that
almost
because it
every anime,
happened, but anime still would have made its way to America just
it,
fine.
it
Maybe
would
a
have,
little
yes,
bit later
but it
without Dragon
wouldn't.
Ball.
It, I think if they didn't have Dragon Ball, it would have been drastically worse than what it is. There are a lot of cameos and little things here and there that they like all these creators credit Dragon Ball towards.
Yeah, I get what you're
And
saying. I don't think you get what I'm saying. Like,
I think a
if
lot
it
of these
wasn't there, they just
mangas
would
wouldn't
have.
started.
Like, you're acting like people wouldn't have, like, their imagination would have ceased to exist without Dragon
I'm
Ball.
not saying their
Not
imagination would
many
have
people are pulling from Dragon Ball when they're making shows. Like, yeah, they'll credit, like, yeah, this is what got me into wanting to write manga, but you hear a lot more about Naruto clones, things like that. Not
here's the
Dragon
thing.
Ball.
The Dragon Ball led them to do this. Is what you're saying,
Bro,
basically, right?
No. I'm
Right?
saying that it would have happened either way.
Yeah.
You're saying
No,
that.
it would not.
No.
The creators would have been completely different. Things would have been completely different without Dragon Ball.
Bro, that's if you believe in the butterfly flag, that's on you. But JJK and Demon Slayer would be here without Dragon Ball.
I'm gonna say one thing: we can't rank things just because they have nostalgia factor. We're ranking them on how good of an anime they are.
I
And
still think
Daniel has not like Daniel. You gotta let everybody know. You gotta pop your cherry.
listen, I watched
not-
a little bit of Dragon Ball when I was a little
When
kid.
I was 3
I
years
have-
old, didn't know
I
what
have
was
memories of my older brothers, doing the Kami Hamamas.
How dare you?
But there is no way I would ever accept Dragon Ball being above Chainsaw Man.
I think you guys are crazy.
I think you're crazy for trying to get this old junk
too
up in
nostalgic.
top A or S tier, bro.
You're doing it like you know
Not
what?
young.
We're doing Yu Yu Hakusho next because it's the next oldest one on here. It's an S tier anime. There's nothing wrong with Yu Yu Hakusho besides the last arc, but he was, and it's still good. He was rushing to finish it because he was tired of the Shonen Jump weekly shit. It's a great anime. It's an S tier anime. Honestly, for me, Tito, where you got it? You got it above those two?
Well, he has it
Yes.
above AOT for
Tito's-
sure.
Tito's, where you got it? You got it above those two?
I do.
Oh, well then, Daniel, I'm sorry. You should have watched it when I recommended it. That's all I can tell you right
The
now.
only thing I can say is I
still
just
think
don't like
Dragon
old
Ball is
animation.
That is factor for me. It does not
Okay,
affect me.
Tito,
but
go watch episode 1 of Dragon Ball, the original. It
I will.
looks
not,
horrendous.
Not the one when it came out in America. When it came out in Japan, that
I will.
It's bad.
But he's gonna be watching
watch
2 frames per second.
My
I
only
will watch
complaint
every
is
episode.
I think Berserk is above Yu Yu Hakusho, but that's just my opinion.
You haven't watched it, though.
I will
That's the thing.
accept you guys putting it above just because I haven't watched it, but
See, Yu Yu Hakusho. Look at it. I pulled this out because it was supposed to be last, but Dragon Ball, Yu Yu Hakusho story is 10 times better than Dragon Ball. Character development in Yu Yu Hakusho is 10 times better than in Dragon Ball. Am I wrong? Have I told a lie yet?
No.
Thank you. What else? The fights are more creative in Yu Yu Hakusho. In Dragon Ball, you just see them punching 19,000 times in different angles and different clips. That's it. There's obviously some powers like Spirit Bomb and all that shit, and they're cool. Like the fights in Dragon Ball are cool, but for Yu Yu Hakusho, the Dark Tournament is better than any. You can pick out a 5-episode span Dragon Ball Dark.
Dude,
All the Dark Tournaments better.
Power is so good though.
Which one?
Like
Which
the
one?
Tournament of Power for Super.
Yeah, I know, but which one? They had 6 of them. Not really, but they had like there's more than one. So like,
there's World Tournament, and then there's the Tournament of Power.
oh,
which
sorry,
is
yeah.
all
How many tournaments have they had, T-Dub?
they have had since they started. They've had 4 World
Cell
Tournaments that
games?
we've seen.
Soul Games count as a tournament as well because
Yes, I'm getting there. They had 4 World Tournaments. They had Cell Games, and they had the Tournament of Power.
and see that's not bad on Dragon Ball. Like it is an
Tournament of
anime
Power
that
is
says
Fire.
forget story.
Oh, and they had the tournament between Universe 6 and 7.
That's
then they
the
had the-
super. That's the super universe.
Yes,
Tournament
I'm
of
talking.
Power.
So what
about-
what I'm hearing
you're
is
talking
if
about,
you
like,
just want
Ultra
to watch
Instinct?
people punch each other all day, then
Dragon
watch
Ball
Dragon
is great for like if you want to just watch mindless fighting. There's some little bits of story there, but I'm not watching anime for. I'm not investing that much time to watch people throw punches at 18 different angles. We're
No,
we're getting so much hate. But
I mean, if you just compare that to Chainsaw Man, if you finish the first part, there's so much going on
there's so much more.
that you're not aware of,
And it's not just Goku screaming to get stronger.
No.
I'm not disagreeing with you that Chainsaw Man is good. It's great.
Well,
It's
who
better
still has
than
better story.
Dragon Ball.
You don't even gotta say better anime. Who has better story?
Simplicity is key to me.
Not in anime, buddy.
Bro, if you want simplicity, go outside and draw in the dirt, bro.
AOT didn't get here by being simplistic. That's
Me
what
and
I know.
Daniil playing chess and you're drawing in the dirt with Dragon Ball.
You know what? That's fine. I will gladly play
He's searching for the Dragon Balls to this day. All right, Demon Slayer S
Damn
tier,
right.
easy
I
S
want
tier.
all. Yes.
I would not put it above AOT personally. T-Dub definitely would because he thinks AOT's D tier. Daniel, I know where you're gonna put it. T-Dub, that's the deciding factor. Would you put it above Yu Yu Hakusho though?
Would I put?
Yeah, but T-Dub hasn't finished Demon Slayer.
Hey, we're going by what we've watched. He's watched more than enough. Obviously, the ending's really good, spectacular. People still think that we haven't read it because they can't listen when we say it's based off anime only. But
would I put it above Yu Yu Hakusho? No, I would put it on the same level as Yu Yu Hakusho, though.
Okay, so I mean, Demon Slayer is a great anime, but
absolutely.
I liked Yu Yu Hakusho more. That was just me personally. But yeah, Demon Slayer. I mean, do we even have to go in on Demon Slayer?
I don't think so.
We've had so many videos on this channel about Demon Slayer because of how good it is. And people, if you're watching this, if you found this, you've watched Demon Slayer, you know how good it is. Except for some weirdo, and I can't remember what video it was. Oh, the one we did about JJK and Demon Slayer. He was like, Demon Slayer's mid, animation's mid. I'm like, I don't care if you don't like it.
That's the one thing you
definitely
can't
not
say
mid.
about Demon Slayer.
JJK's doing it. I'll talk about it when we get to JJK. They're doing an interesting thing with their animation, but I like it. Like it's, you know what I'm talking about. I definitely know
we got different opinions.
We
got like what they're doing with it, but
no, you guys are going into Fate. Are you going to do two separates, or are you going to do Fate as a whole series?
That's why they're both here, my mans. That's why they're both here.
I don't think I've watched Day Night. I'm not.
You have not, but I have, and it is easily for me. I hate putting everything S tier, but it's Fate.
The whole that down to A tier, top A, dude.
Who the hell are you? You haven't watched it.
I haven't, but you're the only one who has.
And it's S tier. That's maybe one more than that one I said to you. Hey, what? Hey, you. I know that you like me. Second off, Fate is. I'm gonna say I'm biased. It's my third. Like Fate as a whole is probably my third favorite series to indulge in.
Have you watched Zero, T-Dub?
He is not.
No, I have not.
I don't even. I'm sorry. You cannot rate these.
Say Fate is such a good series, and it's because they take obviously from the video game, and then what they do in just 24 episodes. There's so much story development, character development. Not really, but it's 24 episodes, and characters will be different between each of the Fate series. If you know how Fate is, then you get what I'm saying. And then it's just, I mean, the fights are really good. And the story that they do develop in the 25 episodes is good as well. So for me, I put an S. If we have to move it down, okay, but I will accept that Berserk is above it. Fate Zero, above. Daniel. I liked Zero more than Night. Some people may not agree. Would you put
Zero was almost perfect.
I need to hear. I liked Zero itself more than Berserk, but the way Fate is, it's hard to place as. It's hard to put. If you're rating Fate, but this is just Fate Zero. But I would put an S tier.
Fate Zero is not better than Berserk.
I don't think I had one complaint about Fate. I watched the filler episode, didn't even know it was filler.
Yeah, I can't complain about Fate Zero. I think it's almost perfect, but I think Berserk is definitely better than.
Sorry, there was a knock for Fate Zero. For me personally, putting it under Stay Night, the ending. I get they had to build to what Stay Night was, but that ending was trash. Obviously, since it came out after, they had to, like I said, but it was trash. It was trash. I don't care. That ending was so anticlimactic.
It was literally nothing you wanted.
Like you would have been searching for another episode. That is so weird, dude. And it's not in the fact that like it's not how I want it to end. It's just
it's not how it should have ended.
Like it bubbled over and that was it. Like, come on now. All right, so this one T-Dub has watched. We've all watched the first season.
Dude,
I have watched 3 of the 5 episodes out as of the day we are recording this.
Yeah. There are the 6 episodes. Episode 6 came out
You
today.
guys just heard me say Fate is my third, but I will say Goblin Slayer is a better series than Fate. So let's, you know what? Just because S is getting so fucking crowded, I don't have any complaints. Some people have complaints about the first episode, and
You did
I
for a
bought into
long
that.
time.
I bought into that because of what it was said. It's not even. You don't see nothing. Like it does that in the first episode. I think they did it to show you how bad the goblins are because they mercilessly slaughtered them, and they don't want people feeling bad for them. That's
Yeah.
what I think it is. So
Yes.
I think it also. I'll let you speak first, T-Dub.
So, Goblin Slayer is so good. I'm so happy that it came out in the second season. The movie was fantastic.
oh yeah, and the movie was good too. Me and Daniel watched that together.
The movie was
I
fantastic.
was sleeping through it.
He was tired that day. But
The first episode is definitely like the biggest hurdle. After that, it's just smooth sailing from there.
it's
watch
not
it.
like I thought it was gonna be a hurdle, but I'm pretty sure I messaged Daniel afterwards. Like this is like, it was so blown out of proportion. I don't
Well,
care
that's
what
the thing.
anyone
Like
says.
when I first started watching, I told you guys, hey, maybe you should check this out. You're like, no, because of what was said about the first episode.
He grabbed it at Barnes and Noble. I damn near smacked it out of his hands.
Yeah,
I don't need that.
and I was like, the biggest hurdle is the first episode. Everything else after that, smooth sailing, is super good. The story is there. It's filling out well.
The story's really good for something that is like they're slaying goblins.
Yes.
But and all the characters you meet are like, I want to know more about them. I want them to have fucking names. They probably won't get them, but
No.
no,
They're
the
never
series
getting
is good. Daniel,
I think it's definitely an S tier anime. The first season was incredible. I haven't watched the second one yet, and I don't remember anything about the movie because I was honk shoeing through it. But I like the little aspects that they call back to from like other things, like the dice rolling and the like classes from like D&D. Them not having names also going into like a D&D style because they're called by their class. Uh, it just kind of shows you that the world they're living in is part of something bigger that they don't even know about. But it's definitely not better than Berserk. I'm gonna keep saying this because we're gonna keep putting things in S, but Berserk is incredible.
sorry, some
Are we
leakage.
saying that Berserk is like the benchmark for S then?
Fuck no, because Goblin Slayer is S. No. There's a reason
No.
there's a reason I binged Goblin Slayer one day, and I have not finished. I have not picked up Berserk in about a month right now. Berserk's good.
You're missing out, bro.
I know it is really good, but I'm not saying it's better.
It's
but
so good.
yeah, no, it's definitely not the bench. Come on now. I can tell you right now, this next one we might disagree on. No, not the next one. Let's see. Top of A.
I agree.
I finished the series, but I'm gonna go with you guys because you guys haven't finished it. We're all like really different parts in this one, and I don't care enough to fight for this one without you guys knowing because I can't spoil it. So it's an S series anime in my opinion, but if we're going based just strictly off the anime,
it's definitely high A.
you haven't seen nothing. The story is very simple, and even knowing what I know, it's still there's more to it, but it's still not the most elaborate story. It's easy to follow for the most part, especially now that they broke down the Tenzin and everything. So
Yeah, and like here's the simple thing is criminal or ninja becomes criminal. Criminal goes to jail, doesn't get executed, gets sent to island to die. That's literally it. That's the simple base of the storyline. For like the base, like keeping all like the big details out. That's a simple base.
but
of the
yeah, here are
storyline.
spark notes in it. I mean, yeah, that's what it is, but like, what happens on the island?
Well, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. This is the simplistic like overview.
And honestly, I want to put it higher, but I just with the other animes, I have enjoyed Goblin Slayer a lot more, and I haven't finished Goblin Slayer. I know exactly what happens in Hell's Paradise, and as I was watching Goblin Slayer, I was more invested than I was while.
I think high A is where Hells belongs. It's a simple but very beautiful anime.
Yeah.
The environment is incredible, but there's not a whole lot going on. I mean, the power system is weird. It's kind of hard for me to place the power system and like how good it is. Um, I will say it's cool that they have like different names for things based on where the people are from. Uh, but I think it's not an S tier for me.
Yeah, I say you guys hit it on the. I would say like it may. I wouldn't even put it over Fate, but I know you guys haven't watched Fate, so I just would you put it over Fate Zero, Daniel?
No, Phase Zero is pretty good. It's very good.
So I'm fine with that.
Hells,
State Night is definitely I like State Night better than Hells, but we'll leave it there.
I haven't finished Hells, but I think I was more entertained watching Fate Zero than I was when I was reading Hells.
And if people think, oh, you guys are dumb for however this list turns out, we did 8 episode, or I may have put 2 episodes in one for like we have a whole playlist of every episode that came out. For
Yeah,
the first
running
season.
down
So
Hell's Paradise.
I'm very confident with putting Hells here. So I don't know if there's any Hell's Paradise fanboys, but
Yeah, we've done a lot of analyzing Hell's Paradise every episode that was released, the whole series
I did a video on the
or the whole
freaking
first season.
side story chapter that released. So
Yeah, that was
I
that
almost
was like
spoiled you guys' whole life. I
was-
told you
that
to
was
read it,
what,
forgot.
like 3 months of our lives right there was Hell's Paradise.
Yeah, 12 episodes, yeah. 12, 13 episodes. Yeah, it was every week we recorded one for just this. So, Hunter x Hunter. You know it's my favorite anime, so I'm just gonna leave it here for now. Out of the animes on this list, it's better than all. Like that we have ranked right now. There's not one I'd put above it.
See, here's the thing. Here's the thing.
If
When
you
it comes
say
to
Dragon
Hunter-
Ball, I'm elbow drop you through this
no,
command,
I'm not
dude.
saying anything. I'm not saying anything about Dragon Ball right now. I already got my spiel out about that.
Sorry, it's just
I really think Hunter x Hunter is phenomenal. I don't think it's by means 100% better than the other, the top 3 in S or the other 2 top out of the top 3 in S tier. I think it's slightly better, but still on the same playing field as Yu Yu Hakusho and Demon Slayer.
I'm very opinionated when it comes to Hunter. I don't
I
want
know
to
you
listen. I will listen to you, but I will think you're wrong.
You will deny. Yes, I get that.
I haven't
I
heard a
don't think-
valid argument to take it
Here's
away
the thing,
from where I
don't-
rank it myself, but
No, that's fine. It's fine where it's at. I just don't think it's 1,000 steps ahead of the other 2 out of the top 3 that we have in there right now.
okay. So where do you want to put it at the top 3? Because you said it's top 3. Where would you put it?
I'll leave it where it's at.
All right, Daniel.
Bro, I got demons fighting in my head right now. There's a war going on.
This is Daniel's first favorite, and then he said Demon Slayer passed it. For those who don't know.
Okay. So I've done a lot of thinking recently because I've been watching a lot of newer anime. I will die on the hill that Demon Slayer is my favorite anime, right?
You have this internal conflict once a week.
I do. But I'm not going to sit here and say that Hunter x Hunter is not better than Demon Slayer.
So
it
it's
is
your-
a better anime.
Okay.
It's not my favorite. Demon Slayer is my favorite, but Hunter x Hunter is better.
All right. So
See, yeah, and that's the point I was getting at is that I think it's not like 100 steps above them, but it is above them.
Now,
Okay.
I'm not going to take any slander about Demon Slayer. It's
I have no-
an incredible
Like-
anime, okay?
I have fluctuated my list. Like I have a definite top 3 for the most part for my anime. Well, 3 for like I have definite top 2. But like Demon Slayer, I have ranked it 6 out of my favorite. But I still acknowledge that just because it's not my favorite, it's still for what it is. And we had a whole video about Demon Slayer versus Jujutsu
Don't get me
Kaisen.
started, bro.
People would think I hate it, but it's almost a perfect anime for the length of perfect series, because the length of the manga, the ending it's a little slow for me at the beginning. That's all it is. But yeah, Hunter x Hunter, I think it has a perfect story. Character development is phenomenal. I've said a lot about Hunter x Hunter in the past, so
There's just so much good in Hunter x Hunter. There's not a lot of bad and just a lot of good.
For me, that's the only bad is Tonpa. And
Yeah,
Gentru.
he's a big bad.
Gentru's a... But he might be a good villain in and of itself, but you go from the Phantom Troop, you go from Hisoka, the Phantom Troop, and then after him, you got the freaking... Ant, you got the Chimera Ants, and then you got this dude in the middle of them. Like, what is supposed to happen? Like, you're gonna get
now
shafted.
The arc he was in was so interesting.
Watch out, some people hate it.
I thought just the whole aspect of like being inside of a game kind of thing was so cool.
Yeah, so I agree. And some people think it's slow or dumb, and it's like, whatever, move on. I don't care. But I mean, Chimera Ant arc does take up a lot of it. But I've also heard people say that's a bad arc, and you just are invalidated. You can click off now if you think it's a bad arc.
That's a horrible opinion.
All right, my second favorite anime, which I have been, it's probably recency bias. I have questioned whether I like it more than Hunter x Hunter. I'll leave it here because we have varying opinions on, especially with the top ones. I think it's better than everything but Hunter x Hunter. That's me. I would rank it there too, not just my bias. I just think it's that good of a series because I'm caught up weekly, so caught up to where we need to be. But T-Dub, I know, likes it better than Demon Slayer. Daniel does not. So where are we putting this?
Especially recently, bro. The last few episodes of JJK have been good, but they, in my opinion, have dropped the ball on animating.
I don't know if it's just how they wanted to portray the series. I hope not. I know what you're getting at, and
the fights look horrible.
Well,
like actually,
the fight with Sukuna, I think they did that on purpose. The way, like when they were going through the building and everything, I think.
Well, that's not what
I don't know. But
I mean, it looks okay.
About, like, if they're not
just
closer to the characters, if there's any amount of zoomed out, then it's kind of.
It looks bad.
We had the same issue with Hell's Paradise.
Yeah.
For me, I've read it, so the animation, I like seeing it animated, but it doesn't take away from me. Bad animation doesn't really take away from me because I read most of it, all of it. So
I'm at.
That's me though.
Here's where I'm at with this is that the top three we have up there are undeniably some of the best anime that we and however many years we've been around and watched it. No, I don't think
That was an aggressive
JJK. No. I don't think that JJK is better or worse than Demon Slayer. It is definitely, to me, on equal footing.
Then we just have a whole debate, and you said it was better.
It is like, but it to me, okay. And this is tough. It's like Daniel's internal fucking strife that he has. This is internal strife for me because I like both of them. But it's
so why you're struggling with that. I will say with what me and Daniel were talking about, the animation, it wasn't as egregious as it like the first few episodes. There may have been like here or there like far away characters, but it's a lot more common. This episode for sure. This is probably the worst it's been.
Yeah.
But like the previous episodes, it's like all up until at least episode 14, it's been fine.
I've decided.
Sometimes when they're running, it hasn't been. It feels like they rushed this episode, and they definitely shouldn't have. You see, the most powerful Sukuna. I like your thinking, Daniel. It's just how the voting system. You need T here.
You guys are just wrong.
But like,
listen,
I don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna say one thing. I would agree with you guys if the last few episodes of JJK haven't been horribly animated. The Shibuya incident, right?
So taking animation aside, you're fine with this. So saying if you had read the same story you're watching, but you said you would agree, so I don't know. I was just questioning.
I would be more agreeable.
Okay.
I wouldn't agree. I think, in my opinion, Demon Slayer is just a better anime overall.
Mhm.
That's just my opinion. Now, JJK is still incredible. It's still probably one of the best anime out right now.
And it has a
Uh,
finish, and you've read all of Demon, and that ending is is phenomenal.
yeah. But the Shibuya incident, very good, very entertaining so far. But animation for me is still a big factor because I like to be entertained. And if I'm looking at stuff that looks like garbage, it's not very entertaining. That's why I don't like old animation very well. Uh, so that's just where I'm deducting some points.
I will say that there's still 8 episodes to come out because there's just 40 today. There's still 8 more to come out. So there's some bigger events going to happen. I don't know if they're just trying to get, because Hell's Paradise, we saw the same thing, but at the end it kind of picked back up. So I don't know. I really don't know. But there's a lot going on at Mappa, so
Yeah.
it sucks to see it because there are going to be people who haven't read it and they anime only like you, and they're just gonna be like, "Oh, this is terrible," but it's just not.
Well,
So
I'm not saying it's terrible.
no, but like
Even
some
with the
people
bad
will be like,
animation,
"Oh, this
the
bad
fights are still
animation is
great.
bad," but
Yeah.
say because the first
And-
season of Jujutsu Kaisen, it was, in my opinion, the best season long, like the best season I have watched in anime. There's multiple arcs in it. It is the best season I have watched. That season 1, I think it was perfect. There's nothing bad about the first season of Jujutsu Kaisen, but because the animation was, I argue that it was on par with Demon Slayer. Can I argue that now with season 2, with season 3? Well, see,
I don't
arc
think so.
with this arc
Yeah.
was Shibuya and I can't. But like season 1 and then the Gojo's flashback, the hidden inventory arc, the animation was on par. I personally liked it better for how it was animated, but yeah, say I've read JJK. I just recently watched the first season, like about a year ago. But yeah, I read all of Jujutsu Kaisen, so that's probably why I see it differently. But yeah, the animation, I can tell. I knew you're gonna have something to say with it when I watched these last 2, especially this
It
episode.
just looks like they're lazy.
The last
It
episode
just
was
looks like the
fine
animators
though.
are lazy.
I don't even think it was this. I don't even think it was like this last episode.
I think there was a little bit in the last episode that was kind of pretty lazily done, but this episode looks like they just didn't care.
No, I agree, but I think we spent a lot of time
Which
on
sucks
JJK.
because it had a great fight in it that could have looked amazing, and they just didn't care.
They should have looked better. Say like every anime, like animated fight in our top from Chainsaw Man up. Even Yu Yu Hakusho's animated fights looked better than what they, like animation wise, looked better than what they did with Sukuna versus Jogo, which
Yeah.
is sad because I told you I was anticipating that fight. I wanted to see it animated, but we'll see. I don't know if they're switching it up because the series is darker. Doesn't
Now-
mean the animation has to look gross.
The
I am-
ending.
12 chapters behind on Kaiju.
Oh, that's fine. You haven't missed up. The ending of what?
I'm gonna say one more thing. The ending of the Sukuna and Jogo fight was probably the best ending of a fight I've seen in a long time. It actually had me rolling.
Is
It was so funny. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna spoil anything because if people haven't watched the newest episode that just came out, but
so yeah.
it was pretty good.
I'm excited for the next 8 weeks too. I hope the animation picks up, but for me, I don't care. Animation. I had JJK was my second favorite series before it was before the second season, so I don't really care. But the animation is a big issue for this, and if I'm saying that, pretty lenient on it. Kaiju, it's a great series, and we've talked about it on this channel a few times. Personally, for me, it's under Chainsaw Man. I enjoy it more than Dragon Ball, but it's under Chainsaw Man for me. Daniel?
I think that's a good place. Kaiju's really good. Yeah, that's a good analysis, right? Kaiju,
I
good.
mean, what else? Like, I want to say a lot about
There's
it, but like,
there's not a whole lot else to
nothing that
say.
stands out.
It's a good series.
You want big monsters?
Uh,
You go to Attack on Titan. The power. I'm
yeah,
not saying the power system. Like, it's definitely a unique power system and everything, but
there is some cool visuals in Jujutsu Kaisen. Like when you see number 9 with the big chessboard and it looks like he's
oh yeah,
like using his other things. That's pretty cool. But there's just not a whole lot to say about it. It's not mid, but I think it's just above mid, in my opinion.
I'd agree. He's gonna kill us for that.
Yeah.
Tito, we already know where you're placing it. At least here. Say it's under Boruto. Say it. You know what to say. Go ahead. Just say
No,
it.
it's not. It's above Dragon Ball.
You don't have to say that just because we bullied you earlier.
Bro.
No,
Like, stand
it's
on your conviction. You were
I'm
saying
thinking-
Dragon Ball was on par with Yu Yu Hakusho. No, you.
Well,
Which was
if
it?
we're going,
Chainsaw
we're-
Man
yes,
and
I think-
Kaiju's not better than Chainsaw Man. To me,
that's to you.
they stand on
If-
your. Tito like Kaiju a
If I
lot.
want to
Okay.
stand on my, if I want to stand on my hill and die on it, I will defend Dragon Ball to the day I die. But if I'm looking at this fully retrospectively, Kaiju is above Dragon Ball.
Okay, so you'd put it above Chainsaw, but you outweighed. I like having three people. I wished he was here. But it makes this a lot more a lot easier to decide.
Here's the thing. It's like I will die on that hill. Like I love Dragon Ball and will never not love it. It is my number one forever. If a new
Sorry
ever
for you.
if a new season drops, I will watch it. Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts
I'll
about
be
it.
waiting a long time.
No, I'm not. New
No.
season comes out next year.
Bro, this dude, I've tried to read the manga of Super. This dude will write, so this happened, and this fight with Frieza, and it'll be like the manga is literally just a template for the anime at this point. Like that blurb got turned into a 14 episode.
It's a rough draft.
That's all it is. Like he said in the flashback with a fight with Golden Frieza, and then there's like 10 episodes about Golden Frieza. I was like, oh, I'm probably around like, because there's like 80 chapters. It's like, don't know how this is possible. And I was like, oh, I'm probably around chapter 20. I was on chapter 8. And I was 20 episodes in. It was right before the Tournament of Power. I was like, what is happening?
Again,
So,
I'll die on the hill.
I
That
can't
love
even read
Dragon
it.
Ball, but if I'm thinking in
Got him.
perspective and retrospective terms,
In
Kaiju is above
objective?
Dragon Ball.
Okay. He surprised me. But this is for TW. Have you watched Kakaguri?
Yes, I have.
All right, what you guys putting this? Because I already know I'm gonna be mad. You guys are gonna put something
It's no.
outrageous, but
I think it's I think honestly it's good, but it's not great.
is it better than
It's-
Black Clover?
No. By no means is it better than Black Clover.
Daniel,
Astonishing. to me.
intrusive thoughts on this one.
Kakegurui is a weird one. It's not really an anime that I feel like a lot of people would choose to watch, but if you do give it a try, it's entertaining. It's got a whole lot of aspects that you don't really see in a lot of other shows. I personally think it is above Black Clover. I love Black Clover, but it's not very, door opening, I'll say.
Or open. I mean, yeah, I mean, they're not trying much new. They took a formula that worked.
I couldn't think of anything else to say.
They took a formula that worked. Changed it to wizards. I see where you're coming
Yeah,
from,
but-
but
Kakegurui is just nothing
Different.
I've seen before. Yeah.
It is
I'd watch
definitely
it, but
different.
so you
It is
said that it's
definitely
pretty good, and I didn't
It
until
is
watch
good,
it.
but I'm not gonna put it above Black Clover because the formula.
All right, this one gets interesting. So
Don't you?
I am in the provisional. Like you guys, if you've been around, you know that we've had like some. My hair's been tugged across some lines, but it's a great show. Hey, can I sit here and say that I like it more than Fate Zero or Hell's Paradise? I can say I like it more than Hell's, which I did not think I would going into it because I bought into the noise of what I heard.
The stigma.
But up to the provisional licensing exam, I heard that it gets slower in about a season or two. But I would say it's here personally. I would put it here. Really like the series. I'm excited to get to season 6 based off what I've watched and what I've heard season 6 is.
Damn right.
But it's not better than Fate.
No.
It's not better than Fate Stay Night, but how we have this laid out, I'll put it here. I'll live with it.
I haven't watched the Fate series, but I do believe that My Hero is better than Hell's.
Do you think it's better than Goblin Slayer? That's really where you would been. Like say that's where if we were to put an S, that's where you would be. Because I think Fate Zero should be an S, but S is getting we'll figure out that.
I don't think My Hero is better than Goblin Slayer by any means necessary. I do not. Goblin Slayer is a beautiful work of art.
No, say, Daniel, you're catching up. You're where they're doing the fights against the teachers.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I've always said it was a good show. Okay.
Me and T were the ones, and T is invested. I wish he was here.
T is heavily.
He's on season 6 already, bro. In like 2 weeks span. Yes, he's in season 6. He's cooking.
Let's go.
Like,
yeah,
I wish he was here for this one.
He's probably the biggest 180 for an anime,
and he will say it too. Say he will not hide. He will say that he thought it was mid.
Yeah, I've always been on the train of it. It's a good anime, but it's just gotten better since when we recorded.
I don't know why people say it's so bad. Like you would think this thing was trash. The way people talk about it.
I think it's just the idea of watching kids in like a high school setting be the heroes and be the main characters. But honestly, who cares?
There's a lot of trash characters. I will say that. Like
there are some trash characters.
How the fuck do you say his name? Tensetsu or whatever. He's still. We already had a hardening guy. Why is this dude around? And like I get the whole thing. So they're the same. They're not the same. We don't need him.
Yeah.
He's just not needed. And some of the quirks are just dumb. I don't know if you guys seen the RDC video about what anime you'd want to be in, but they're like, somebody said My Hero, and he's like, why would you want to be in My Hero? Like, because they show like there's some bad quirks. One was like you could charge a phone, but like the person need help in their car, and then one could see into the future 3 seconds or something like that. He's like, yeah, you're not getting help in 3 seconds at least. So like is that I always think of that when I think of, like the characters, but there's a lot of really like the All Might. Daniel, you've heard about the fight, but you haven't watched it. The All Might versus All for One fight. That was beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Say so.
Mm-hmm.
And Todoroki just being on screen, that's always a plus. So,
I'm like every woman who likes My Hero.
Hey man, Todoroki, I'm not attracted to him. He's just the coolest character in the show, bar none. I don't know what to tell you. Bakugo's a little bit less annoying now at the point I'm at. For you, Daniel,
I don't know where I'm at.
Annoying.
He's still horrible.
Yeah, but where I'm at right now,
he's actually just. I'm not even gonna say.
Yeah, I couldn't stand him for a little bit there, and he has such cool like ability too. Like, and I was saying that Todoroki should be in Bakugo's spot as like Deku's childhood friend growing up, or not friend or whatever, like his rival. But
so,
I think that's a good spot. Good spot for My Hero.
Alright, so this is not just part 1. I wasn't gonna do 2 separate fucking things. We talked about part 1. I would honestly, I'd put it here, just part 1. But part 1 and Shippuden included. Attack on Titan and Naruto are such 2 different shows. I like Naruto more, and I think it's also the nostalgia. Objectively, Attack on Titan is better. But I that's as low as I would be willing to put Naruto. Because this is without nostalgia. With nostalgia, I'd probably have it. It'd be fighting Demon Slayer. But part 1 is Shippuden combined. I put it there.
I'm probably gonna get murdered. I don't think Naruto's great. I haven't watched all of Shippuden, but there's a reason. I got bored, bro. It's so goddamn
You were watching
boring.
filler though, man.
It's so boring. I shouldn't have to skip 900 episodes to watch a series. That just shouldn't be a thing.
Let me
I'm
hit you with
watching
that
something
Jon
about
Snow
people like riding down sand dudes on coffins. Like, what am I watching? This is not Naruto. This is some random thing. It, I got bored, and I wish I could finish Shippuden. I might someday, but I lost all interest. But it would definitely be lower. I think it's below
See
Goblin
them
Slayer.
fight for me, because right now we got to put it after Berserk at least. Fight for. I like Goblin Slayer more than that. I enjoyed Goblin Slayer more than I enjoyed Naruto. It could be recency bias. No, because every time I go back and watch Naruto or play a Naruto game, yeah, no,
It's boring.
if I watched Goblin Slayer and Naruto right next, like if I was watching one episode for one episode, I would probably put Naruto. I don't know. Goblin Slayer is there's two. Naruto is above Goblin Slayer for me. Tito, help me, because I'm like you can just call back to so much stuff for Naruto. The story of Naruto is better than I would say Goblin Slayer's story is. And it's just because Goblin Slayer is so goddamn vague. Oh, what I was gonna say before I was leaking earlier. Goblin Slayer, if they sorry to go back, but if they show some fucking nerds playing D&D at the end of this series, it's going in D.
God.
I will create an F tier just for it because no. That's all I need to say. I forgot I was gonna say.
I'm not
going to
call people that play D&D nerds, but that would be actually the worst ending to an anime series.
I'm a nerd. I don't care. I'll still say it. We've thought about playing D&D, so like I can't say anything.
I have one thing to say. Fourth grade Ninja War slaps. And
the start of it's terrible, the end of it's terrible. You picked the wrong arc. I love Naruto and Sage Six Path Naruto, Ren Sharingan, fucking Shari. How the fuck do people say it? Sasuke, like
Sasuke,
Madara, all the Hokage. Like it's a great arc, but it is.
Fire.
I can tell you right now, AOT. Every arc in AOT is better than fourth grade Ninja War. Demon Slayer, Mugen Train.
I don't think so.
I'm not too big on Entertainment District. You guys have.
I'm gonna say it's perfect right where it's at.
Okay, I'm gonna say JJK's whole first season was better than fourth grade Ninja Warrior. Dark Tournament, every arc in Hunter x Hunter is better. You should say like Land of Waves. Land of Waves can hold up with some of these, but
yes, but I like fourth grade Ninja Warrior.
Land of Waves isn't even the best. It's probably one of the best starting.
Mm-hmm.
You say it's better than Goblin Slayer?
Listen,
bro, I don't know.
I don't think it's better than Goblin Slayer, but I think it's better than Berserk.
Buddy, you watched 2 episodes of the Berserk anime.
Imagine there's a black box here. You got to compare it to these two. That's why I'm trying to avoid comparing it to ones I haven't watched.
We cannot just say, "Oh, it's Naruto, but without filler." The filler is part of the show. There's a reason people hate on the filler.
Whoa. No. If you read the manga, that's not how.
If you read the manga,
I based it off of what the author gave to me. What the author presented on my plate. Hey, you should have looked up animefillerlist.com. That's all I can tell you. That's where I be.
Yeah, I should have looked that up 90 episodes before where I was.
If I'm blocking out Berserk, it's in between AOT and Goblin Slayer, but I really like Goblin Slayer.
Say, but in your opinion, it's not as good as AOT.
No.
In your opinion.
In my opinion, just to be thinking objectively, it's not as good as AOT.
We're gonna have to shuffle this shit around.
AOT's fan base is fucking ridiculous.
What?
Whoa!
It's huge.
I know our brains are just bigger than most. Say our brains are just bigger than most. Dude, you know how many little gamer kids on Xbox I've seen with AOT fucking profile pictures this week? It is ridiculous. I was like, yeah, I get the season just came out, but like, read it. You could have finished it 2 years ago.
I don't even think they could read 2 years ago.
Maybe not. Wow. No, AOT. If we're talking about AOT is. I don't have a complaint about AOT. Like this guy does. Season 3 catches you off guard for sure because it's different.
It's fine where it's at.
It is so
Let's
good.
just leave it. Let's just leave it where it's at.
Naruto, dude, we're gonna get killed. Naruto, Dragon Ball, and one coming up. News actually says this is a manga that's like 20. I think we're on chapter 24. For me, I enjoy it more than I enjoy Kaiju, but it hasn't had enough to really mess up. You know what I mean? 24 chapters. You should be. This is how you keep your fucking weekly publication going. It's got to be good.
We'll see category.
Yeah, I know I like it more than Boruto. I really enjoyed this series, but I don't know if I released the video or not. I may have just recorded it and not liked it, but it has a lot of similarities to JJK, which is why I think I am intrigued by it. And the story is developing. There is a lot of fan service, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but with the setting, it makes sense instead of just High School of the Dead seeing bullets go through boobs and butt. It's not that bad. So I'll make a new tier. All right, we're back. We got a new row. It's too new to really say anything about One Piece. For me, I have enjoyed One Piece, and we just checked. I am almost at chapter 500. Yeah, sue me. I started it 2 months ago. Not caught up. My bad.
I'm only like 96 episodes in, so
I love it, but objectively, it's not better than AOT. It might get better. It might get there. I'm not gonna put it in too new because it came starting in like the 90s.
Too old.
It's better than Naruto. It's better than Naruto in my opinion.
I've even watched One Piece.
I don't even like pirates. I don't like pirates like that. Like, I'm not a big like pirate fan of just in general. I much prefer ninjas. Ninja wizards, if you will. That's what Naruto really is. But yeah, One Piece is above Naruto. We're gonna get killed for those things.
Oh yeah,
bro.
no, absolutely.
Oh,
like
my.
we're about to get massacred. I'm probably gonna get trolled on the comment section again, like we did that.
Damn, I mean, you fought valiantly for a little bit.
Yeah, and then I started thinking objectively. So
say like,
I'm not gonna comment too much on One Piece.
One Piece is great.
I'm never gonna touch that thing.
Daniel says it's too long, but knowing him,
way too long.
Knowing him, been friends forever, and his anime selection, he would like it. He would definitely like it. It's just too long for him.
I think
it
would be slow.
I had to read it because if we get an animation, I'm fine with the animation, but when your characters look like they do, nah. I'm watching it now at Thriller Bark though.
Yeah, they reanimated the first like 4 seasons.
See, I was already like 200 chapters in before I realized that, so I was already past that. But I did see that. I did see that.
I got an idea for One Piece. How about instead of reanimating, you finish your series?
Hey, that's not. He's writing at his pace. They want to reanimate it. That's on them.
Finish it, please.
Hey. He's
so we can have
he's in a lot better shape. He's in a lot better shape than a lot of mangaka at his age. So he's.
Hey, you know what? It's not as bad as telling some kid who has cancer the ending, and then the kid dies like 2 days later. So
he did.
Yes.
He probably said, "Kid, he found the One Piece."
Probably what killed the kid. The ending was bad.
Daniel, that is wild. But
so bad.
Dude, he's gonna find the One Piece. He's gotta find it soon. From what I've seen, Buddy's untouchable, and I'm getting tired of it. If they start dropping niggas from the moon like they did in Naruto, and then created this, where we at?
They're gonna create a second piece.
Two piece.
2 piece.
All right, One Punch Man, where I am caught up. Surprise!
I am
not like series. I'm caught up.
Hey, okay, we got to be careful with where we rank this one.
Boss Dog, sue me. Actually, you ain't gonna sue me. It's I like Fate more.
Up on your brother's doorstep.
But Fate with it only. Fate's hard because it's so short.
I
got bro. Send me one more invite. I'ma smack you. Guess you heard it pop up. Jesus, dude, I'm busy. Sorry, I'm leaving that in, dude. If it pops up, whatever. No. One Piece. Where is it? I like Fate more objectively. The story of One Piece, it's actually kind of simple. Like we can't.
I think
the story outside of Saitama himself.
I think the story
is good.
Yeah, I think the story for My Hero is better than the story for One Punch
I don't want
I'll just
to
wait for Boss
agree with this
Dog
man.
to.
I'm not
I'll
even
just
gonna.
wait for Boss Dog to show up on my doorstep.
I haven't even finished One Punch, but from what I heard, it's very good.
Bro, when they get to like Cosmic Garo versus Saitama, I don't want to hear anybody saying that it's My Hero's better than it. I love My Hero. I've been very happy I started watching it. But One Punch, I couldn't drop it for like what 2 weeks straight. We were out to eat. I was out to eat with them and I was freaking reading it. So
Yeah.
not many series have done that for me.
I would honestly put it at the bottom of S, but
Yeah.
that's just me.
I like Fate more, but objectively, I put it there. I'm okay with that. That's dude. We're gonna have an S plus tier. I hate to say it, but after we get all these in, we're just gonna have to add one because this is too much, and I don't feel comfortable dropping any of them down day. So ReZero, yeah, I'm not gonna be able to speak for at least two. What we putting ReZero, boys?
Daniel has more authority over this than I do, so.
So ReZero was one of the first isekai I watched, and it's probably one of the best isekai I've watched. I don't think it's S tier. Let's see. I'd probably put it below My Hero. I feel like that's just where it belongs. There's a lot that goes on in ReZero, and the next season's going to be very good, like incredible, if they do it right. But I feel like that's just a good place for it.
Tito, how much of ReZero have you watched?
Think I got like either through the first season or halfway through it. I think it's fine where it's at. I don't have much to say on it because honestly, I can't remember as much as I wish I could. So,
Daniel, Tito, have you watched this one?
I've watched the first 2 seasons.
Oh, perfect. So, all right, both of you go crazy.
Shield
I'll let you
Hero
go first.
season 1 was so good. I loved season 1. When season 2 came around, I watched it, finished season 2, and didn't want to ever touch it again. Season 2 disappointed me so much. And I know a lot of people like season 2, but I don't like season 2. I don't. So I think it's objectively placement for me, opinionated and objectively. It is above Boruto, but and below Dragon Ball.
Do you see Bunny Girl Raptalia in it?
No.
Okay, that's all I know because
the Bunny Girl figures
the $400 figure that
they're
you see.
not canon, buddy.
Oh, I know, but I had to add something. No. That's all I know.
You do see Raptalia, and Raptalia is a very big part of the show. Mm-hmm. I definitely think it. Season 1 was incredible. I haven't watched season 2. I want to put it in A, but if we put it at the top of B above Boruto, I wouldn't be upset.
Yeah, I think above Boruto is just fine.
All right. It's slime time. Slime.
Don't get me started on slime, bro.
It's very good. I haven't finished it, but I like it. I don't like it more than Kaiju. Dragon Ball, I just have a bad taste in my mouth about Dragon Ball. I'm fine with it here. Daniel, I know you're not. T-Dub might cry. I'm not sure what's going on with him, but
T-Dub's gonna have to be the decider because I'm gonna have a pretty strong statement about slime.
Where do you want to put it?
It belongs in S.
T-Dub?
We gotta make an S plus tier.
For what?
Because that's gotta go in S.
Oh, I was
Slime has.
Well,
I know I said ReZero is one of the best, but Slime is the best isekai I've watched.
I'm fine with it. From what I've watched, it's good. It's just not so. Isekais don't grip me as much as like other series genres do. I mean, The Faraway Paladin
which is fine.
is good, but like even that, I'm telling them I like it a lot, but I still like I've watched 8 episodes. It's just kind of so not the genre for me. So I'll listen. I'll put it in this. Better than One Punch Man. I'm not even gonna let you put it above there. I know I've watched enough of it to
It's
know
bottom
it's not.
of S, but it belongs in there.
You fine with that then? Spy Family. It surprised me. That's for damn sure. As you can tell, we like the animes we watch. The animes we choose to watch, we like. So,
I mean, I could have added a bunch more to this list that belong in
could
D
I.
and C tier.
I could have done that, no problem. But we wanted the ones that we like. So.
We wanted
we
quality.
don't want to push
anime
Dragon
in this
Ball down.
series.
No.
That's what we don't want to do. Spy Family
First
though.
D tier, Dragon Ball.
I think Spy Family is better than Chainsaw Man.
How dare you?
It does start with a D. Anyone
That is
agree with
not
this?
a D tier.
Spy Family better than Chainsaw Man? They're different
That's hard.
series.
See, this tier list is super hard because there's a lot of series that are, the same like genre, and then there's series in here scattered throughout that are nowhere near the same genre.
This is what makes.
And it's really tough because Spy Family is, it's a fantasy, but it's also like a slice of life thing.
I haven't seen
It's
anything
really
that would be
good.
fantasy. Assassins exist. Spies exist. I'm
They
messing
got,
with you.
they got the
Those
guns.
okay, those actions are literally 007 actions, and that's in
I tell
Hollywood.
you right now.
When
It's
I think of
above Chainsaw
fantasy, I
Man.
think of like Fate. I don't think of Spy Family.
It's above. I think of Hunter x Hunter too. It's above Chainsaw Man because Anya. No character in Chainsaw Man touches Anya. So there's two. Mako was cool, but she ain't better than Anya.
Excuse me?
I said what I said. I will not say a bad thing about Anya a day in my life. That's just what there is to it.
You're putting up a good argument.
Daniel, where's that Anya light, man?
It's back there. It's not on, but it's back there.
And my Anya figure's back there too. She's not as high up as she should be, but it is what it is. I'm fine with that.
I can
Yeah.
agree with it.
Y'all are gonna hate me. I personally think Vinland Saga is
You're
personally, but
actually
I'm caught up
wrong.
to as far as an American to be caught up legally. So, so, but I'm a history buff. The Viking aesthetic has a lot for me, and it's just a really great series. Probably one of the best
It's
protagonists.
a good series, but it's not better than AOT.
I'm pretty sure when I ranked these myself, I told you that. Yeah, it's. But I like it more than Demon. I think it's better. Not even just like I
I like
think it's,
Demon Slayer better than all of these.
I think it's
but Hunter x
better
Hunter's
than Demon Slayer, but I don't think it's better than AOT. T-Dub, from where me and Daniel stand, it's here. I don't know if it's better than One Piece. I like One Piece.
Yeah,
bro.
that is another tough one, man. See, Vinland, I'm a history buff too. You know me. I love it. I love history. The Vikings, Norse mythology, stuff like that. Early, time settings, and they actually use historical references, battles, and so on. I think it's really good. I don't think it's better than Demon Slayer. I do think it's better than AOT because I just
Bro,
don't
you
like
think
AOT.
everything's AOT's a C for you?
Yes, but
AOT doesn't belong on the list.
if
bro.
we're
Why is it
thinking
here?
objectively, you had already wanted to place that above AOT.
Yeah, but that was my heart.
That is your heart.
Objectively,
Objectively,
AOT has brought me to tears like 4 times.
Okay.
AOT
Demon Slayer's
is-
brought me to tears like 4 times.
AOT just stop. It's that 1 point. Sorry, 2
Vinland
points half.
Saga,
You rewatch those twice, and it's it equals 4.
I don't.
There's
think,
been more than those two, but those two I can't rewatch.
I think. I don't think Vinland Saga is better than One Piece, and I really don't think it's better than Naruto either. But
Someone take the out call from this guy. But
I'm
I
not-
mean,
I
we're gonna
haven't
take
started
that into
drinking.
effect. Honestly, we're done with the list. So this is when we start revising it. So we'll put it. Me and Daniel both think it's right under AOT. So for now, and you said it's here, so we'll put it here.
Yeah.
We'll put it here.
Okay.
So first things we gotta do. There's a rule. S plus can only have 4 animes.
Top 4.
No, we're gonna revise this list. AOT
He doesn't want Demon Slayer up there. I
is
understand.
better than Demon Slayer. I don't think we should put Yu Yu Hakusho. I think this list has to be something we have all watched a substantial amount of. Honestly, AOT should be up there. T-Dub, you're drunk off your rocker for saying it's bad. It is too damn good. And I don't think there's a bad part in AOT.
Oh, I might watch it here. I might. I'm
It's
actually
buying
like,
into the
really-
hype.
You guys hear it first. He's bound now.
He heard rumbling on the radio and went crazy. So
I
know
I
I
do
do.
like that thing. That theme song is fire.
JJK,
Yep.
let's get right. And Demon Slayer. That's gonna be at S plus. We've all watched read a substantial amount of it, or finished
Yeah.
it. We've all finished. Well, we finished it when it first finished. And then he added
Well-
more. So Hunter x Hunter, yes, that's our unanimous number 1. JJK, well, read enough / watched enough. AOT as well, and then Demon Slayer. These ones, it's iffy on how much we watch outside of Goblin Slayer. Now, where are we shuffling these around to? Is this? There's too much here.
I think another should go into B. I mean, it's Daniel's only preference. It's the only one in here that I don't think I've ever seen an episode of, besides Fate Stay. But you guys have both watched Fate Stay. Daniel's the only one.
He's
who's
only
watched
watched Fate. Daniel hasn't watched Fate Stay Night. He's watched Fate Zero. But Fate
But
Stay
he
Night,
should-
it is better than everything. It's better than these. But I will negotiate an arm and put it here. Say,
Listen, T-Dub, if you drop another down to B, Dragon Ball's coming with.
that's what I was thinking. I ain't gonna lie. Personally, that's what I was thinking. Because if we
If
go
we're
by
gonna-
voting,
if we're gonna lighten this up, then yes, that's fine.
And Kakigurui can go to C. But I think Boruto goes with.
no.
No.
You gotta read it, bro. Me and T-Dub have this thing, and
High spirits. Boruto's and high spirits.
I'm fine with that.
Oh,
Because when we look at everything on this list, from what
Right.
I've watched, it doesn't hold a candle to, I mean, any of them outside of maybe Kaiju. But I think it's more of my love for Naruto that does it.
man.
Like, if
I think another's better than Kaiju.
you're drunk. If it was just, well, I want to know.
Have you watched another?
I haven't. Say,
Exactly.
if Naruto didn't exist,
Another is so good.
would I like Boruto? That's what I ask myself, and I don't think I would. Kawaki's cool. Adult Boruto's cool. Well, time skip Boruto's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Besides that, like what we got. So I'm fine with putting Boruto anywhere. Because if we're ranking it as its own show, I mean, it doesn't hold up to anything else.
I'm fine with the list. If I personally can make one change, I would put another above Kaiju and drop Kaiju to B. But I can live with this.
Kaiju I like, but when I was going back and looking over some of this stuff, when we were gonna do this video originally, it's getting to like the climax that I caught up on it yesterday was the chapter. It's good, but like Yeah, I
Yeah,
haven't watched another,
I-
so where you want to put it, I'll put it as long as you don't get too egregious with it. But I'm fine with dropping Kaiju. Okay, say sorry. T-Dub got a little glimmer of hope.
Dude,
there.
I've got a little excited.
Even if T was here, he still would like. I don't think Dragon Ball would move. T has said that he's easily entertained and just like fights, and this dude only watched a few episodes and dropped it. So I mean, yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know where I would put anything else. That's the. I do think Vinland Saga should be above One Piece, but we can't move it. Yeah. Any complaints?
I think it's a good list.
I don't think the viewers will.
I don't care what they think, bro.
It's an
They can let us
opinion
know.
list, so they also like to watch. Yeah, they also like to watch animes that involve family relations. There, I'll blank out the other one, so where we can get it. So we can't be getting taken off guidelines before we get monetized. So
Well, I'm out here vaping, so
I don't
I've
care.
seen worse. All right, so
Oh, look at the ad.
nobody can see it. I have it cut for the video, but I mean, come on now.
Come on now.
Like, how can you not? How do you hate this character?
Look
That's
at
the
that.
best character. That might be the best character in anime. I don't care what anyone says.
Whoa.
It's
Let's
not.
cool that down a little bit.
I don't even know. Hitachi?
That's a
No.
whole different tier list.
Gojo. Maybe that's the next video, depending on how things shake up. It's gonna be AOT or that. How about that? I like that.
okay.
All right, so I mean that's it. That's all I've got. I don't have any complaints.
Yeah, let us know what changes you guys would make to this list. I mean, I'm
That
sure
would change everything.
you guys want to change quite a bit. Let us know. Get that out of
No,
S
this-
plus.
I
Just place
can't
them
get
in
it.
the-
This is what they would put, and some variation of this.
And they would take everything
Because
else
they
out of
because they
S+.
watched it when they were 5 years old, and it's the greatest thing of all time.
I know what someone would say belongs in S plus.
T, if I would take his opinion since he couldn't be here for unfortunate events.
No, Boss Dog.
Oh, and say I would
He
definitely
is the
put
Cape
Naruto.
Baldy.
That and he would have one tier. Everything else would be F. Be S plus. Dragon Ball, One Punch.
and one
And
punch.
Demon Slayer.
I mean, he does like Demon Slayer. Yeah, he needs to watch AOT. That's enough from us though. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
So-